Today, I'm gonna show you an awesome Town Hall 9 war base and teach you how to lay down your custom traps for it. So don't go anywhere because we are getting started right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another base building video. In this one, we're doing two things. I'm showing you an awesome war base that I'm building, a base that you can use in your next war. A bit of a change up from my regular speed build videos. Well, there's no more speed builds because Clash of Clans introduced the new link sharing system. So if you want this base, the link will be in the description as in the rest of my base building videos. Just grab the link, copy, paste, and there you go. So today, what I'm doing with you is I'm going to teach you exactly the thinking behind traps. I'm going to trap this Town Hall 9 base right here with you and explain to you my thinking behind all of the placements. The provided base link is going to feature these traps, but you can always and should place your own. Remember, trap placements really do matter. It is very important to lay them right, so it's a good idea to practice. If you want to know more details about each trap and how it works with every Town Hall level, you may want to check out my trap guide. I'll make sure to link it above. It gives you all of the details that you would need to place every trap for every Town Hall level and all the little tips and tricks that I use when I build my bases. Make sure to check that video out. Alright, so let's get into it, this awesome war base and traps. So first and foremost, let's get started with Teslas. Where do we want to place our Teslas? Now, there are really two fashions for the Teslas, right? You could do a single placement or you could do a Tesla farm. In this situation, I'm going to do a little bit of both actually, which you can totally do. I'm going to use a 3 Tesla farm and then I'm going to take one other Tesla and place it somewhere on the other end with like a giant bob or something so I can maximize on like witches and hog placements, things like that. Now really there are so many places you can do a Tesla farm on this base. Really the best way to do this would be to actually test and see where most people are hitting you from. It's why it's really important, and I always talk about watching your replays and getting that information. Remember, base building is a game of averages, right? You want to make sure that you defend on long term. So check out where you're getting hit from and place your traps accordingly. In this case, I ran this base for a while, and a lot of times, of course, you're going to get hit from where that queen is, right? You are kind of giving her away a bit. By putting her close to the edge over there, along with actually one of the X-bows, you're giving some value to the attacker. They will come in from that side to take the queen, the X-bow, and your clan castle. Knowing that, you can trap the base accordingly. So in terms of my Tesla farm, I think I want to do it somewhere in the southwest. And I'm going to place the single Tesla opposite of the Tesla farm somewhere in the southeast. I like having the Teslas on the side. A lot of the times, right, most people will come in with some sort of a kill squad into your queen over there. So maybe we're looking at golems or P.E.K.K.A.s, things like that. So having those side Teslas right there, that really can help sort of move the attack to the left and the right. I mean, it doesn't work all the time, but it is a good idea. If the attacker's troops, they get hooked on those Teslas and walk that way, there's a good chance that the middle is not going to be taken. So all in all, that really breaks up an attack. It's a really good idea to do. So I'm doing that with my Teslas. Now, when laying down your Teslas, you also want to capitalize on your other traps. Because it's a surprise, and when a Tesla pops up, it draws specific troops into it, like for example the loon and the hog. It's a good idea to place a giant bomb as well as an air bomb next to a Tesla or a Tesla farm. And generally it's a good idea to do that outside of the base because you're doubling on the chances of other troops hitting them. On the inside of the base, a giant bomb next to a defense like a Tesla, for example, will draw the hogs in, sure, and it will hurt them. But on the outside of the base, it will take the hogs, the witches, the bowlers, and a bunch of other troops that are walking around the base. So what you're doing is you're maximizing it and making sure that you're effective in more situations than just one. That's the best thing to do in base building. You want to make sure that you maximize effectiveness of every one of your traps. As you're laying them, think about what are the best situations for them, how can they be more effective, and where you can place them for that to happen. Alright, so that sounds good. So we'll take a couple of spring traps, we'll take a giant bomb or two and place them near the Teslas. We can also do the air bomb, but in this situation, it might not be a good idea. Take a look, there is an air defense very close to our Tesla farm. So running an air bomb is not a good idea because most of the time, right, the hounds are gonna pass through there before the loons. If they do, it makes the air bombs completely ineffective. So you don't want to place an air bomb by our Tesla farm in this particular case. Best place for our air bombs are pretty much near the wizard towers. You can place some of them near the expos as well, they work really well, but again in this case that's right near air defenses, so that's a no-go. We want to place all of our air bombs right near our wizard towers. Right, if the loons are coming in, you want to make sure that you soften them up so the wizard tower can take them out. And an air bomb has splash damage, so it's most effective in those scenarios. Alright, so our air bombs are near the wizard towers, good deal, and let's place the air mines. Those are the black ones, right? Those you most of the time want to place near your air defenses. They're really for hounds. They're also very effective against healers, so if you can double up the combo of like a hound and a healer protection with one of the air mines, that's really good. But again, most of the time at Town Hall 9, you really gotta place them near your air defenses. So that's what we're gonna do right here. This base has a pretty weird air defense location, so I don't know, I think most of the time maybe people will hit this with ground. So I'm gonna put both of my skelly traps on ground. I'm placing both of them near my X-bow, so that's a really good place for them. Again, you want to make sure that you kind of slow down the incoming troops while the X-bow does all of the DPS. So skellies are all set right there. Good. Alright, now let's lay down our giant bombs. Most of the time, you want to stay away from where they come in with kill squads and where you think that the attacker is going to heal. Heals make giant bombs completely ineffective, and if somebody's coming in with the kill squad, it's usually giants, heroes, and again, giant bombs are not very effective against that. You want to place them somewhere where there are witches, where there are hogs, valks, things like that. So in this case, we're going to take two giant bombs and use them near our Teslas, like I was talking earlier in that Tesla trap. We're gonna take one bomb and place it somewhere near the outside-ish of the base to try to force like an early heal. Maybe that would be a good idea to place it between the two wizard towers, right over there in the northeast. The last giant bomb I want to place somewhere in the base. I want to make sure that of course there is one bomb somewhere in there, and of course you want to make sure that you place them between defenses. That is the best place for them in case of hog pathing and etc. So that one is going to go actually right near that expo by the air defense. Now spring traps, as I'm laying them down, let's talk about that. So of course you want to make sure that you lay a healthy combination of spring traps inside and outside the base. You want to make sure that you stay away from areas with kill squads. Again, giants, heroes, hackers, they walk all over them. You want to place the traps where there are going to be hogs, valks, witches, things like that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place them away from where the kill squad's coming in. That means of course away from the queen in that area. We are going to put them between two defenses to maximize their effectiveness, and most of the time you want to place them in the center tile. And we're going to place a few of them outside between our Teslas to make sure that we get some witches and bowlers with our spring traps. And that's normally what you want to do with your base when it comes to spring traps. And last but not least, let's talk about the small bombs. So what am I going to do with those? Of course, I'm going to try to make sure that I help with some wall breaker fails. We want to blow up some wall breakers on their way to the wall, right? So the small bombs are super effective at Town Hall 9 because there are no wall wreckers. Well, not unless you're getting dipped, and if you're getting dipped, forget it, it doesn't really matter. So the small bombs, you want to put them 2 tiles away from the wall, wherever you're placing them. And it's important to put them where you think the kill squad is going to be coming in. For example, in this case, you know people are gonna come and get your queen and your clan castle, right? So you want to place some of those small bombs in that area. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna place them all around that area to make sure that we help with any kind of wall breaker fails. I've also seen people coming in from the southeast and trying to break in that way. So we're gonna put a few wall breakers over there, and then one near the town hall area, because you always see people coming in and trying to wall break to try to get your X-bow, right? Because it's so recessed in the base. So I'm going to place a wall breaker on the town hall side over there to try to see if I can prevent some of that. So let's see, and that, ladies and gentlemen, finishes the traps on this base. If you have any questions, make sure to lay them down below. I answer every post and would love to hear what you have to say about this. I sincerely hope that you learned something today. I hope this base serves you well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you have not already. And folks, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.